Um, so if you'd like to show them, go ahead and do so. But thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. I hope you all have had a fantastic start to your 2019. Really, really excited because this year I have some huge goals. I bet you all do as well, and I cannot wait to hear about those. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, my profile is set to public, but I actually made a post about this right before the New Year's. Usually for New Year's, we hear the word resolution, but this year I decided to not make any resolutions, goals. There is a difference. For those who may be kind of wondering, well, isn't that kind of the same thing? I have a goal, I have a resolution. There's a difference. I want to tell you the difference right now is that a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action becomes a reality. This could not be any truer. When we set resolutions, a lot of times we tend to go in and all in. No matter what it is, the biggest one, of course, we all know is everybody says, I want to lose weight, or I want to become healthier or fitter. They say, and I'm going to do that right now. And they start the new year and they go hard, hard, hard. But after a month, they lose track of that resolution. And the reason most of the time is because they may not be seeing the results that they thought they would be seeing. And this is okay though. Over the past couple of months, I've been really, really trying to work on myself a lot. I can be honest and say that I do not really like to read. I don't really have the time to read, and that's an excuse that I've made. So thanks to some other people in our team, in our group, I have been able to download a series of books, and I listen to them now, and I've purposely made time for them. So instead of sitting there with a book in my hand, I listen to these. I do the audio now for sure. I highly recommend it. I know Melissa has thrown out several books. I've read a couple of those. I've listened to a couple of those because we do have busy lives. Everybody has a busy life. But when I'm getting ready in the morning, it takes me half an hour, minutes, realistically. I turn that on and I listen to it. When I'm driving in the car, I listen to it. And thanks to those books, I have changed my mindset. I have been able to change the way that I think. And so therefore, I'm not going to sit here and say resolutions are not the way to go. But if you set goals and you write them down and you create an action, then you're going to accomplish those goals. I was listening to The Compound Effect, which I highly recommend. I finished it, but I also listened to a seminar that he did as well. And he goes on to talk about 3 different people who you have your average Joe. He's continuing to live his life the way that he chooses to, not making any changes with his relationship, not making any changes with his work, not making any changes to his diet, just going to stay the same. Then you have the one who's going to change everything. He's going to work on creating a better relationship with his family or his wife or whoever. And he's going to stay an extra 10 minutes or go into work an extra 10 minutes early and make those extra phone calls or put in that extra work. And he's going to cut out 100 calories. The third person is going to say, screw it all. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I don't care about my family. I'm just going to let them be and work. I'm going to leave 15 minutes early every day because I don't want to be here. So after a year, all these friends get together and they talk about the things that they've accomplished over the year. The guy who going on dates with his wife and his family, and who's gone into work 10 minutes early, has nothing to really show. He says, you guys have accomplished just as much as me, but I'm putting in more work. And my point in this is that 2 more years pass, and the one who didn't change anything didn't get a promotion at his job. His marriage is starting to fail, and he hasn't gotten any better with his health. The other, who added the 100 calories, he's now gained 30 pounds. He is losing his job, and his relationships are failing. But the one who put in that work, he is now 30 pounds lighter. His relationship is thriving, and he has that promotion from work. So my point is that he set goals and he stuck to them. The other two did not. And so when we work on these goals, they may not come as fast as we want them to. But if you are continuously working on them and you're always striving for them, you will be rewarded. Like I said, we all have very busy lives. We all want to make this business work, and that's why you're here tonight. And I want to thank you for that, because in order for you to succeed and to lead, you have to step it up a little bit. You have to put in that time. My goals for this year, like I said, I have huge goals. If I haven't already mentioned this, or if you're not familiar, I've actually never done a business like this. I've been presented with the opportunity, but I was always the one that said, I don't have the time for it. I can't make sales. I can't sell to other people, and I can't grow a following of any kind. In the past 2.5 months, almost 3 months that I've been with this company, I have expanded my network so much. I have stepped out of my zone, and I'm doing things that I never thought in my life I'd be capable of. And now, because of that, my goals for this year, I would like to hit, I'll just tell you, I would like to hit 25K by April, and I want to be at 100K plus by the end of the year. And I know that with this team and with the strive that I have, there is no way I'm going to fail, because every day I find a way to work this business into my daily life. Not only do I have those goals, but you also have to take a look back outside of the business as well. I have bigger goals. Thanks to this business and thanks to where I want to be with this business, I want to buy my first house with my husband. That is a huge, huge, huge goal I have for this year. So the other day when Melissa was talking about tax information, anytime you are earning from this company, no matter what it is, put it away, save it, whatever it can be, because that is how I'm going to be able to buy a house. I have to put a down payment down. So for me, that's what I want this business to do for me. And that's why I want to be 25K. That's why I want to be 100K. I also want my husband to quit his job. We've worked for people our entire lives. And we're at the point where, we want to be working for ourselves. We want to spend more time with family. We have no family where we are here, and we're thankful that they're able to travel to see us sometimes. But to be able to spend holidays with our families would just be so, so nice. I haven't spent Christmas with my family in 7 years. So that's another one of my goals. I want to spend time with my family this year for Christmas. I don't care where I'm at, but I will be with my family for Christmas this year. I also would like to read more, So I definitely want to continue listening and growing and learning. So that's something that I've also made a priority, is that at least once a month, find the time to dedicate to a book. Get healthy, of course, is one of mine as well. I'll be honest, I have celiac disease, and I actually kind of ignore it. So I've always gone gluten-free, not gluten-free. It's really hard because I was just diagnosed with it. And so for me, I have entirely cut that out. But these are all things that I know that this year will allow me to work on, because I didn't say I want to lose weight. I just want to get healthy. What am I putting into my body? Is this what I want to put into my body? And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the books. Okay, let me go set time play for the audio. I'm also going to do that for buying a home. Like I said, the money that I make, I'm going to start putting it away, and that way I can have a bigger down payment for that house. As far as the business goes, you have to work it every day. Find one way to do it. If you just can only make time for one post on your social media, do it. I'm always here to help if you'd like for someone to assist you with a post. Of course, Melissa has done several trainings on social media, and we'd be happy to give you the link for those as well. I got a Cricut maker, and I finally got it out of the box. It'd been sitting there for 2 months. So one of my goals for the new year I've already accomplished was to get that started. And I'm in the process of making my own shirts right now. That way I can start wearing things out in public more, because I only have one CBD shirt. So, those are just a couple of things that I have planned for the year. In a few moments, I'd love to, I know a couple people are in the chat. I haven't had a chance to look at those, but I will open it up to somebody who would like to talk about their goals as well and what they're doing. But before I even get to that, I'd like to show you a couple of tools that I use that are helping me keep on track. So the first thing that I did was I set up an office. Now, everybody might not have that option, but setting up the office gave me a place to dedicate my work. I know that when I enter this room, that I am not going to do anything other than work on my business, because this is how I need to grow. So if you don't have an office, that's totally fine. But take time to find somewhere where you're comfortable, where you're going to get distracted, that you can go ahead and focus on your goals, on your business, on your work. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, find a place that you are comfortable. If you have to leave the house to do that as well. So that's one of my biggest tools that I set up for myself. I made the effort to clean out the room, put away some stuff that had been still sitting in boxes from us moving, and it's not perfect yet, but it is getting there. So not only do I, but another big thing that I found, and anything will really work, but I found this actually, I think it was Hobby Lobby, truthfully. It's probably backwards, but it says Her Goals Journal. So it's just a little book that I found, and inside you are able to write down the date, the goal, why is this important to me, what do I need to do to achieve my goal, and when is my deadline. And then at the bottom it says crushed it. So I've actually broken down some of my 2019 goals that I've told you all about, and I have written them down. I've set a date for them, and I've explained why is this important to me and what do I need to do to achieve these goals. When I keep this right at my desk, and that's because even if it's not open, I know that within this book that my goals are there. And it's almost like they're sitting there staring at me like, I'm watching you and I'm waiting for you to accomplish me. I'm a really visual person, so to have that just sitting right in front of me, that's really encouraging to me, because I've written this down. This is a promise I've made to myself. So get yourself a little notebook, a little pad, whatever it may be. But I highly recommend that you do something similar to that. So there's that. I printed out my goals as well. They're sitting right here. I don't have any tape right now, but I do plan on taping them up on the wall, because I also want that to look me in the face. And the biggest thing that I am using is a planner, because planners save lives, I swear. I have 3 planners. Yeah, I have 3. I'm not even going to lie about that. I like to keep things kind of organized. Favorite planner is a planner. If you're not familiar with it, you can get on and look it up. But you can kind of design it on your own. But for me, I have it broken down by times. So I'm able to schedule in exactly what I'm going to be doing for the day. This passion planner in the very beginning actually has a roadmap for you to go ahead and fill out. It starts with your wish list. Then it goes to your 3 months, your 1 year, 3 years, and lifetime. As you continue through the journal, planner, you can choose to write this month's focus. You also have people to see, places to go, not to-do list. And at the bottom, it also has personal projects and work projects, and you have space. And that's the monthly overview. But this one, when you flip it over, like I said, it has time slots, and I'm able to place everything in there. So I've also gone through this, and I've put all of my goals that I have for the year, and I have them listed in here as well. So those are some really great tools that I use, along with a planner. I don't know if you'll really be able to see it, but in my office, it's back on my wall back over there, but it's also a really big calendar, and it also has notes, priorities, and upcoming. So this is really great too, because I'm able to write down everything else instead of having to get into my planner maybe while I'm working, if I just want to glance back at that. So those are just a couple of tools that I definitely recommend. But most importantly is to just at least write those goals down. If you can't create a full action plan yet, that's okay, because those can always change. The importance is staying focused on those goals and knowing that it may not happen tonight. It may not happen tomorrow, and it may not happen next week. It may not even happen next month, but keep pushing, because this team is amazing. If you have not discovered that yet, we are on the best team, and there are people around you who are not going to let you fail. And we're not here just for the business either. We're here to support you in everything else that you do, because we want to see you accomplish these goals, because it starts with the mind. You have to be okay with yourself in order to keep moving forward. And that's something that I learned as well. So we're always here for encouragement. We're always here to help you. We want to see you crush those goals. So real quick too, I use Pinterest a lot. Pinterest is a great place to create like a dream board. I do have something like that. I highly recommend that you do something like that as well, because it's really great to continuously pin to it, keep up with your goals, your dream board, all of that. But I'm going to take a look here through the chat. Amanda says she has an Erin Condren. Those ones are really good too. I like Erin Condren planners. Who would like to talk? I don't think I can see everybody. Hold on one second. Okay.
I was going to kind of say, Gwen, maybe this is a good opportunity. I mean, because you're talking about posting your goals where you see them. You know, about 4 or 5 months ago, I wrote these goals down. And I can tell you that working 60 hours a week at a job and then trying to come home and do this on the side and play mom still, sorry guys, my voice is still really jacked up, is tough. Like, it's so tough, like, because you're so tired and you're being pulled in a million directions, and you're like, God, like, I could really just put this off till tomorrow. So when you were talking about the compound effect, yes, what you do now might not show up immediately with results, but compounded over time, this can create huge changes for your life. But that can work in the opposite way too. I knew I could sit there. I looked at my job and I was like, if I stay here for another 2 to 5 years, I will be in the same level position I am at. There is not much to go up in this company. So which means I'll be making the same pay as inflation gets more. I'll be working those same hours, and my kids will be 2 to 5 years older away from their mom, and I will miss out on much more valuable experiences. Oh, I was like, what is she doing? So compoundedly, I knew that if I didn't change anything and add more action, that over time, this could, where the compound effect can work adversely too. Look at the guy that added just a few more calories each day. he added those calories, and 2 years later, he gained 30 pounds. Okay. So if you're just a little bit more negative each day, or negative one day and then a negative next week, or whatever, compoundedly over time, maybe you're not working your business really at all, or you listen to all the trainings, you don't apply what you're learning, you don't reach out to people, you don't follow up. Over time, that's compoundedly affecting your business in a negative sense too. Okay, so I looked at these and I was like, all right, I do not want to be in the same spot I'm at, or worse, literally financially, because I'd be making the same pay, but not, the world doesn't stay at the same price every day. It goes up. Okay. So do I want to be in that position? And can I accept being tired now and taking, waking up an hour earlier or going to bed an hour later to get those things done so that I can accomplish these goals? So I think this would be a good opportunity for everybody to write those out and put some dates on some of them. I'm not yet here at 10K a month, close to it, but I'm a work at home mom again. We paid off our credit cards by the end of the year, and we wanted the car paid off by 2/27, but we paid it off by the end of the year. Okay, and the only reason I was able to do this is because I would come to Matt, could see it every day, hanging up, put it on your mirror, put it wherever you can see it every day. And I would be like, damn, I'm tired. I think I'm just going to lay down and watch some Netflix with my husband. And then I'd see those and I'd be like, no, I'm not. I said that I was going to get this done. And the biggest one for me was work at home mom. Maybe it's work at home dad. Maybe it's paying off debt that you and your spouse are getting upset with. Maybe it's, that dream vacation or buying a home. And, looking at it every day is going to encourage you to push, like Gwen was saying. When you're tired, I would encourage you as well, like, don't undershoot yourself, guys. Like, maybe you could just use an extra $500 a month, but really know your worth. Like, look at someone else and go, I am no different than them. There's no reason why I can't make $10,000 a month too. So write that out, put a date on it, and push, push, push. It takes 10 times the amount of efforts that you think it's going to take. I highly encourage the 10X rule. But it pays off like exponentially. So if you're cool with it, Gwen, I think everybody should write them out right now. And what's the first thing that comes to your mind that you really want? That's what makes you sing. That's what makes your soul like get on fire. And that's what's going to excite you when you're like, no, I'm dog tired. Oh shit, that's exciting. Let's get to work. I mean, it's up to you, Gwen, but that might be a good interjection.
No, I think that's great for sure. I definitely recommend, like I said, writing down your goals. Piece of paper, type them, print them out, whatever is best. But think about it for a moment. What, like she said, what ignites your soul? What sets your heart on fire? It's so important to keep focused on those goals. I was gonna say something else in reference to what you said, and I just lost it.
And not just like what you like think you could get, what you want. Like, step up, step out, dream a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite mine right now since we accomplished so many. I want this pool paid in cash by summer and built. I'm writing that right now. I'm claiming it. Pool paid. I'm bumping it to 15K a month. And I'm doing that I want that by conference. And then I want to be a 250K affiliate by conference. And by this time next year, I want my house paid off. About 5 years from now, I want to pay off my parents' house. So I'm writing them down.
Sorry.
If anyone else wants to share theirs, I think that would be cool.
I was going to say, I remember now, how Melissa talked about how, for those of us who work another job, which most of us do, it's hard. I serve and bartend, and I've had very long days. I know Clint, actually, I see he just got on. He just finished a double, and look, he just jumped on, because he knows that this is important to do. My husband, I'm very thankful. He's very understanding, but there's times where, I'm on my phone just typing away at people and sending out messages, or whatever it is I may be doing with my business. And I always turn to him and I go, I know that I'm on my phone a lot right now, but I'm doing this for us. And I'm so thankful, because that's when he turns to me and he says, work your business, because he also doesn't want to be working at the end of the year. So I'm thankful for that. But Melissa, when we talked a couple of huddles ago, we mentioned, with doing events, which is a big thing. I have a lot of events that I'd like to do this year. So that's another goal of mine. I want to be doing a minimum of 2 to 3 a month. But if you have to bring your kids, bring your kids. If you have to bring your spouse, bring your spouse. Show them what the business is like. This is great for them. You never know if they even want to join with you. How would you love to work with your significant other and be killing it and be able to provide for your family, to be able to do what you want to do? Those are the things that I'm constantly running through my head. When I look at my husband, I tell him almost every day, hey, today's the 6th. This time next year, you're not, I don't say by this time, I hope. I say to him, by this time next year, because today I'm going to rock my business. You're going to go to work too, but things are just going to keep getting better. Goals that they wrote down.
You broke up a little bit for me. I think she said, who wants to share what goals they wrote down? Sorry. I know Amanda and I know Whitney put some in here. I know Derek put some goals in here. If you guys want to unmute, that'd be cool. Who else? I think I saw Grace put one in here. Let's see, Whit. Anybody want to unmute and share? Go ahead, Heather.
Let me see if it'll show I have a thing on my bedroom wall. I made like a makeshift whiteboard. Let me see if it'll show. Screen, box drive. Won't let me do it. Okay, here, I'll do it this way. So I have, can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So I have 5K by 1231. Didn't happen, but it's still there. And then these are the next steps that I have. I have pay off debt, vacation with my kids, landscape my backyard. I want to build a fire swing set, fire pit thing. And then I've been volunteering with Habitat for Humanity to help the family build a home. And I do have a little bit of debt paid off, little couple credit cards chunked up in the bag there.
That's awesome. I don't know.
I love that chopped up credit card. That's so cool. I love that. I will say, and I know, okay, one thing about Heather, and I know this is the same for Gwen, is they do massive action, guys. Heather, I swear to God, she started like 3-4 months ago, and she has done probably 35 events since she started. And she's got 2 kids. She works a full-time job. She's a single mom. And so I don't really see what excuse do you have, right? So she learns, she's at every team huddle. She watches every recording if she's not there, and she works her business every single day. And it shows. Many times she's either on the leaderboard or close to it. And so she has a plan of actions. Goals don't mean shit unless you put work behind them, and it takes massive action, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. You guys are all so worthy.
Completely agree. Who else wants to share or show us what you've done with your goals or your dreams? No?
Here, I'll share mine. I just wrote them out real quick. So pool paid in cash by summer 2019, 15K a month by 2019 conference. 2020 summer house, the summer of 2020, I want my house paid off. So that's about, we owe like 190,000 on it. 2025, pay off my parents' house, so 5 years from then. And then I want to be a 250K affiliate by conference. Now, this all is very money driven for me. And the reason why is because that also allows me a lot of freedoms in my community. I've mentioned this before. I'm actually joining the Marana Chamber of Commerce, and we are going to work together with the community to create an organization that helps people learn new job skills, learn their worth more, their self-worth, find self-confidence, practice self-confidence, so that for me, I feel this will help the community that I'm in. We have a lot of like drug problems and women that have kids who their kids end up becoming drug babies and things like that. So we want to try to nip it out the bud and work with children, women, men with drug issues who feels they're not employable to help them get that sort of a thing. So this money is going to allow me to create those types of organizations and facilities for people like that. And so I know it's going to take money. And this money also is a facilitator of time for me. It allows me freedom of time to do things what I want, when I want. So I've been ridiculed and, fuck those people, frankly, about, it's all about money. It's all about money. And it's not just about money. It's just a facilitator of time and freedoms for me to do the things that I think can change, my community and my world in little bits and pieces. So that's my story. Someone else share their goals.
Sorry guys, I'm like stuffing my face with a Halo Top ice cream over here. But I will share my goals with you. Can you hear me? Okay. So I wrote these down. It's kind of last minute, but my goals are to be 5K by the end of January. And these are just kind of short-term goals for this year. So we want to pay off at least one of the vehicles, which we're actually getting ready to do right now. Checks in the mail. So that'll be awesome. That'll free up like $400 a month for us. I want to be 25K by April, May timeframe. I would like to pay off most of, if not all of our debt by the end of the year. We're talking, I don't know what, babe, like 27,000. So I think it's possible. And then I want to be more intentional with my relationships, and that's with everybody. That's all around. That's with my team. That's with my friends. That's with my family. I want to make time to go on dates with my husband and take my kids on little dates, and just show them the time that they deserve, because we do spend a lot of time on our phones, and we do spend a lot of time working the business, but they deserve time to themselves as well. And I just want to be more intentional with that. And yeah, so those are my goals. All attainable, I think. So, anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go.
Sorry, real quick, man. We paid off 20,000 in debt in 6 months, so it's totally doable, dude.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Clint.
Oh, all right. So yeah, guys, I'm like standing in a hallway at work. I'm still on the clock and still have work to do. But I don't have anything written down yet. But just for the month of January, I want to be. I'll be 5K by the end of this month. I also am going to. A lot of you guys probably don't know this, but I don't have a driver's license or vehicle right now. By the end of this month, actually probably on February 1st is when I'll be getting my license back and have a car and be able to drive, and that will help me so much with a lot of other things that I want to do. I want to be 25K by conference, so in October, by the beginning of October, and by the end of the year, by this time next year, I want to be able to be working this full time. I might still keep a couple days a week at Hilton just because I get awesome travel benefits and cheap hotel stays. So, yeah, I have things written down at home too, but off the top of my head while I'm standing here, there's a few things. 50K. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Clint. You know, those
Well,
are all really great goals, and I'm so excited for you. I love that you and I get to work together a lot. So I will be there to push you for all of those goals, I promise.
that's what Melissa just said. If you're going to be 25K by conference, then I can be 50K.
Yep.
So
Yep.
right on.
Absolutely. So,
Right on. All right,
yep.
I'm gonna hop off, guys.
Thanks for joining us, Clint.
Have a good day.
So I see that Leslie went ahead and put her goals in the comments there. So I'm actually just going to read a couple of hers for her. Or if you're on, Leslie, are you still here? Would you like to say them for yourself, or I think she's
Yeah,
muted.
sure.
Yeah,
Are
go
you
ahead.
there? Okay. Well, I just wanted to finish writing them out because I think when they're written out, it just really holds yourself accountable. So yeah, so I really am working towards 5K by February. And I don't know what exactly I wrote actually, but it probably makes more sense what I wrote. But 10K shortly thereafter. 25K by May, just looking at the progression of things and the compound effect, and listen to 2 books a month because I struggle with reading. So also because I do so many different things all the time that I struggle with finding time. And I've been doing really good with the 5-second rule and getting that fit into my daily routine and schedule to get more in. And then I find myself listening to some chapters over again. So I'm like, I think I listened to this one, but that's okay. I like it again. So, but getting through it so I can get to the next book would be I want to say with a 2 books a month goal. Getting actually being able to pay off 2 of my larger credit cards in full. I've been, slowly rebuilding credit since some past different things. So I want to get back on the up and up on that. And we actually have a big cruise coming up and Disney trip with the family, all 15 immediate of us. And it wasn't supposed to cost much in the beginning of the planning stages per my father. And that turned into a big financial quote unquote burden, I guess, but it's going to be an amazing trip. But I want to be able to have that all paid off and not have the stress of it before we leave, which is February. So I have a lot of work to do. So it's a good goal. And obviously to be able to bring some cash and not get back into debt, being able to go and not have the stress of that. So paying off the Suburban by August 2019, just looking at the progression of how I'd be attacking my goals, going 50K by then at the same time, being able to travel this summer in August to my brother's for a week with my family would be amazing, and to do that in cash would be awesome. We've done it before, and not having to put it on credit would be awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to be able to do that, not having to work all summer basically. In a dead end job, if you know what I mean. Having enough money for a down payment for a new house with land my husband's been thinking about and looking at. So being able to say, hey, I've been able to contribute this much to it by October 2019 would be amazing. Going 250K by December 31st or more by sooner is a definite goal I want to be able to achieve. And then I can also quit my 4 other part-time jobs that I do and do this full time. That would be definitely on the leaderboard. I should have put that at the top, but it's there. And to do 2 or 3 events a month with my team, leaning more towards 3 because I think we've just now locked in 2. I just did 1 today and hoping to secure another minimally. Actually, I already have 1 planned so I already have 2, 1 on the books for this month, 1 was today, and then another soon to be coming. So my goal is hopefully 3 a month with my team. So get them out and engaged, and working alongside them is definitely where I want to be. So if anyone else wants to share.
Those are awesome, Leslie. And, like Melissa's told all of us, whatever you're thinking right now, if you haven't said it on here, that's okay, but you are capable of achieving them. I have a couple of like little things that I like to tell myself when I wake up in the morning after I do my 5-second countdown for getting up. And that's thanks to the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. But one of them is, I'm too creative for a 9 to 5. So that's what drives me. I can't do a 9 to 5. I'm just not built for that. And I'm aware of that. I have to remind myself that the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make my life better. Like Melissa said, a lot of her goals, they're money driven, but that's because she wants to be able to accomplish those and spend the time with her family, to spend the time doing the things that she loves. We get one life. I hate that word YOLO, but I mean, really, this is it. This is your opportunity. It's knocking right at the door right now. And I'm going to be completely honest with everyone too. You are not going to have a perfect day every day. You're not going to have the best day every day. I would be lying if I told you that there have not been a couple of days since I've joined this business where I'm just like, what the hell? What? Like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I have my moments sometimes, I'll be honest. But then there's my goal book sitting there. But then I think, but I've already got myself into this. I've already done that. And if I just quit now, I'll never know what's going to happen. And it's just that little thing. So it's okay to look at other people's goals and say, I want to be there. I don't know if I can, but don't let that I don't know if I can be it, because you won't get there if you do give up. I look at other people's goals, I listen to other people's goals, and they're so fantastic. And yeah, I sit there and say, I want to do that too. I want to be that too. I want to hit that goal. I want to be just like Melissa. I want to be just like Amanda, Leslie, whoever, because I want to be on that level with them. And I can't wait to celebrate with all of them when they hit their goals too. Like I mentioned earlier, we're all here for each other. They're going to be hard days, but stay focused on those goals. Don't let it be a resolution. Don't just give up. You're already here. You put the time in, you put the work in, keep it up. 5 minutes a day. If that's all you've got, make those 5 minutes count, because it will get you somewhere. I promise. Does anyone else have anything to say right now? Any goals? Things that they plan to do, or how they're working their goals in?
I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, I think what I would like to see from the team is throw your goals out there tonight. Everyone take a picture of what you wrote down, put it on your Facebook page, and maybe hashtag excuse me hashtag Goal Zoom 2019. And I want to when you hit the hashtag, you can see everybody who's hashtagged that. And so Goal Zoom 2019, and put it out there, and let's see, maybe if we get at least 20 of us that do it, I will draw a winner for a free product. Yes, thank you, Vanessa. So let your teams know. If we get at least 20, 25 of us doing it, let's try to shoot for 50 to 100 there's over 300 people on my team alone. So, we've got Alicia's and some of Casey's team on here too. Let your team know. Take a picture of those, hashtag GoalZoom 2019, and let's check each other's goals out and inspire each other.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea for sure.
Is there anything else you wanted to go over, Gwen? I can stop the recording if not, but.
No, I think that's really it, unless anybody has any questions about anything. I guess I cut out for a little bit there, so.
I was just kind of a couple words here and there, okay, on and off for me, but one thing I will say to you guys, just because you are not where you wanted to be in progress to those goals does not mean you need to change the goal. It's not over till a fat lady sings. There's been days where I've personally enrolled 2,000 BV solo. And if you're 1,000 BV short of 5K or 4,000 regardless? What if someone on your team enrolls 2,000 in BV for the day? And you're like, shit, I wish I would have not stopped working halfway through the month, because then I'd probably be closer. So don't change your goal to, oh, well, let's do this instead because I'm not trending to that. Push. That's BS. Why change the goal? All right. Don't change the goal just because you're like, oh, well, it's not been such a great month. Just push, get to it. Crazier things have happened. I've seen someone go 25K in a month, in their very first month. So it's doable. You just got to talk to a lot of people.
I'll leave you with this quote to close it out then, if nobody else has anything to say. And that's one that we've probably heard, but every morning you have two choices to make. You can continue to sleep with your dreams, or you can wake up and chase them. So let's do this. #GoalZoom 2019.